believe the vision and doubt the fear. Too often we end up doubting the vision and believing the fear because it's what we are used to doing. It's what we have been programmed to do. It is within our subconscious conditioning patterns to doubt the vision and to instead believe the fear, to believe our mind, which will always try to keep us stuck in our current circumstances, because what the mind craves is safety. It wants to be safe. It wants to feel safe. It does not want anything to threaten the safety of our being. And so it'll try to keep us in situations that we are used to. It'll try to keep us from evolving, from expanding. It'll try to keep us in situations in which it knows we are safe. This is the comfort zone. But unfortunately, the comfort zone does not get you anywhere. They say that if you don't know what to do in your life or in your business, do anything, because then you will be rerouted. You will pivot eventually if you're not on the right path or on the right track. Something will make you pivot. Something will make you change. Maybe you will realize that you're on the wrong path and you will pivot, you will change, right? Circumstances in your life will show you that you are doing something wrong, but that is not to be feared. It is a good thing that the natural GPS of law of attraction aligns us or realigns us on our path. All we need to do is keep moving forward. You never want to stay stuck. You never want to do nothing. For example, just today, I was feeling really extremely very tired, very, very tired. And I was like, all I want to do is just sit in one spot. I just want to sit and look at outside the window and not do anything. And I forced myself to do one small thing at a time. I was like, okay, get water. Literally I had to force myself to, because today is one of my rest days, but so I had to force myself to slowly get water and then do this, do that, turn on your little neon light, make your space yours, get ready and all these things. And then here I am filming. I did not plan on filming today at all, but I was listening to one of my favorite podcasts, and she was discussing manifestation and how we actually cannot manifest what we want unless we allow ourselves to feel safe within the prospect of it. So our nervous system literally has to feel comfortable in our new desired reality, and it never does at first. It never does. It always feels uncomfortable when we are being prompted to step into a new identity, a new higher version of ourselves that will have the higher amount of wealth, that will have the higher amount of impact, that will, maybe even get invited to speaking gigs, that will be able to impact large audiences of people, that will be able to spread our message to the masses. You have to understand that business is about service, and service is about impact. And the more you impact, the better your business flow is, the better the energetics of your business is, the larger your business can grow, the larger it can scale, and the more the mission of your business becomes redefined and revolutionized and actually works to impact people, right? So you have to evolve, you have to expand as an individual. You have to level up your consciousness, gain new information if you are to teach that information, or if you are to embody that information, right? So everything is a byproduct of the mind, and the mind can keep you stuck forever, or you can retrain the mind to get you to trick yourself into thinking that certain unsafe situations, like showing up and being seen, are safe. Because at the end of the day, you have to be above the mind. You have to be above the mind. And this is not just in theory, but this is in practice. And the way that we are above the mind in practice is by literally fighting it and choosing to reprogram it, and we do this through nervous system regulation. We do this through having tools in our arsenal that actually we can use when we don't feel safe in certain situations and we want to still be there and be seen. So for example, if you are wanting to start posting your videos, I had a client that wanted to start posting her videos and wanted to start growing her business. And she was very afraid of doing this because she didn't want any of her friends or family or anyone from her hometown to watch her videos. Um, her business is a business around healing and around energy work and energy healing, and she did not want people to like know that she was into that, right? And so she said, okay, like I'll do it like when I feel more comfortable. And I told her, you are never going to feel more comfortable because nothing changes if nothing changes. You are going to still be the same version of yourself today, 90 days from now, and you're still going to have posted 0 videos. So you are never going to feel safe unless and until you actually take the actions that seem illogical to your mind, and then you feel safe later on, right? Like ask anybody who posts on YouTube. You don't feel safe until you're like 100 videos in or 200 or whatever. Sometimes you never feel safe. you know Sometimes people who can speak online, they don't feel safe speaking in front of crowds of people. That's another thing to get used to. And the more that you do it, the more that you realize that there's nothing to fear, there's everything to get excited about. You have one life, let's go. you know and so this is how you actually also evolve into a different person and embody a different identity. And when you embody a different identity, then your reality shifts. That is how your reality shifts. First, you embody a different identity. First, you embody the millionaire. You do it for a year, 2 years, 3 years, as long as it takes consistently. Leveling up mind, body, soul as a millionaire. And then the millions come in. It's the same thing for scaling your business as well. Let's say you're a millionaire, but you want to become a billionaire, right? You want to grow from 7 figures to 9, 10 figures. You have to embody an identity shift of expansion. You have to embody an identity shift that includes expansion. That is the only way. And we always want more. We always want to expand into more. You always want more money. Like you never want less money, right? You always want more money. You want more options. You want more abundance. You want more cars and properties and impact, and you want your message to reach more people, and you want to affect each individual person more on a deeper level, right? So expansion is our natural course of action. It's our natural desire because we are expansive beings. We are energetically expansive, abundant beings. We are. And so when we don't go with our natural flow, when we are instead taught to shrink ourselves and play by the rules and be what someone else wants us to be and be good and be silent and shut up and all these things, we never get to test or push the boundaries or limitations of our potential. We never get to. And I was reading about this as well, and different people think different things in regards to this. Some people think that men are better at expanding than women, and because women have been taught to shrink and all these things. And I just really think it's a person by person case. It's a human by human situation. We have to analyze, what factors do you have that have maybe what factors have you been through that have maybe taught you to shrink? What trauma have you been through? What have you been taught in childhood? How have your parents looked at money? Like all of these things are factors that we need to consider and work on. But this also means that each person can evolve to become a powerhouse. Each person can evolve to expand past their own limitations beyond, 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 and can become millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires. Why not? Why stop at billion? Of course, I don't really think that it would be comfortable to be a trillionaire. And I would assume that we would want to spend our life doing different things. And, it's not really the goal. But some people are trillionaires, and that is their religion. And personally, money is not my religion. I don't ever think it should be anyone's religion. I think it should be a natural flow. And it is. It is a natural flow when we accept it as such. Look at everything in life, in nature. You woke up today, like everything is being provided for. You don't have to ask the sun to come out. You don't have to ask your heart to pump. That's the same way we should treat our abundance and how we are being cared for by this ever-loving universe. And we have to see this way because this is the truth. Like, one thing I had to face in my life, personally, and in my business as well, is that it is up to you. You can be as pessimistic as you want. I have had situations in my life where it would make me crash out, like I would crash out, and I've lost money, people, friends, opportunities, like files, like lots of stuff, like life is about loss sometimes. So there have been times where I definitely like would crash out, and every single time I learned that there's no point to you just delaying your inevitable success, because eventually you come back to your goal and your mission and you keep going forward, and you realize that stagnancy, complacency, or complaining is not an option, and you just keep going. And this strength, this fortitude, it is built through action. Like, it is built through a mindset and then action that reflects that mindset, and then it's built through walking forward. It's not built through crashing out, or like staying still, or staying stuck, or staying small, or staying stagnant, or looking around at what other people have done. Like, this is going to bring you nowhere. So if you want to get somewhere, decide. You have to decide that I want to get somewhere. I want to succeed. And you have to decide with all your life, that I'm going to succeed. I'm going to succeed at anything I choose to do. And I'm going to succeed even at the small things, the small wins. At the end of the day, we are all we got. We're all we got. No one can come into your mind and expand it. Nobody can come into your body and heal it. It's up to us to transform the mind through placing our focus and attention towards positivity. Positivity is an art, positivity is a skill set. Optimism is a skill set that must be developed. Happiness is earned. You don't just wake up happy. Even if you could be everything, you could be rich, you could be famous, you still will not wake up happy. There's living proof. So happiness is earned through faith and the spoken word. And if you have nothing, because I get people DMing me all the time on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, saying, Seema, I have nothing. And if you have faith and the spoken word, you can have anything. But if you lack any of these things, there's nothing that anybody can do for you. Do you understand? So life will keep giving you wake up calls, and it did for me as well. Life will keep giving you wake up calls. Are you in your power? And if not, why not? And how do we get you to be in your power? Life will keep giving you scary, nasty, painful situations to get you to awaken. It's kind of like learning how to ride a bike. You have to fall. That's how you learn how to balance. But if you just have training wheels like the whole time, you're never going to learn how to actually ride a bike, right? So the training wheels in this case are crashing out, stagnancy, not wanting to do the inner work. These are all resorting to like default mode. You don't want to be in default mode. You want to upgrade the iOS as much as possible and as many times as possible. You really do, and you will see a shift in your reality as you shift your consciousness. It is wild. It is magic. It is what magic is, because magic is creation. And it's very real, and I've seen how this works in both the positive and the negative cases. You could really, really, really destroy your life, damage your life with your thoughts, It's you. It's all you. So life does not happen to us. It happens through us. We are the conduit for experiences to happen that we experience. We are the conduit, the battery. We are electric beings. And we have an electromagnetic field that is also known as the aura, the auric field, that depending on how much we shrink or expand it, it can hold, right? Massive amounts of abundance clarity, information, enlightenment, connections, impact, all these things. So we want to expand our EF, our electromagnetic field, as much as possible. And the way that we do this is through joy, through love, right? And love is also earned. Just like happiness, joy is earned, love is also earned. And it's earned through careful self-study, study of the self, because God is within. God is the I am state. God is within. Study of the self and study of where to place our focus and how to place our focus on the things not yet seen, and how to actually consciously create using the imagination, because it is through the imagination that all things come to pass. Like I said, reality happens through us, so it is through our own imagination that we experience things. So if you can feel it and be it and have it in the imagination, you can have it in real life. It does not matter what it is. That's why I always use your imagination to consciously create, never to destroy or consciously create negative circumstances, because there is no such thing as destruction. There's no such thing as negativity. There's no such thing as lack. There's only an abundance of negative creation, an abundance of lack, or an abundance of negative creation. Yeah, like I said, or we call it, it could be called destruction, but it's negative creation. So there's never subtraction in the universe. Like, the universe does not subtract. It'll only add in maybe something that you don't want, but just like you've created circumstances for yourself that you don't like, you can also decreate them or create something else in their place. And this is what it means to be a conscious creator, a co-creator of your reality, and a master manifester. And it is possible for everybody. It is a possibility. It is a promise. It has been granted for every human being. We've even dreamed up this life before coming here. We're very lucky. And so, what are you going to do with your one wild and precious life? You can do anything. You can create anything you want. There's nothing stopping you. There's nothing off limits for you. And sometimes I get people saying, well, a person is stopping me, or people are stopping me, or, you've created that interference. You've created that obstacle. It's actually you stopping you through another person. Do you understand? Or through a situation. But it's always been you stopping you, so you can unstop yourself today, right now. Like, do not let another day pass you by without making that internal shift or change or decision upon what it is you want to have in your reality. If you're not happy with the person you're dating, stop dating them. If you're not happy with the person you're married to, stop being married to them. Like, if you're not happy with your business or the amount of revenue you're pulling in, reframe, regroup, look at it, see where the problems are. Because with business, you are the fulcrum. Every habit, every point of consciousness, every thought that you have leaks, comes into your business. It is deposited, right? Like, into your business. And so your business will reflect your mental state, it will reflect your emotional state and your spiritual state. It has to. And your health as well, your physical state. It has to. It's obvious, because again, you are the fulcrum of the business. Think of it like the solar system. You are in the middle of your business, and you have all these elements rotating around you, but they're reliant, dependent upon your state of consciousness, your frequency, vibration. So shift and alter your frequency, how you feel, your feeling state, and you will change your micro habits, and one by one, like a domino effect, it'll all lead into how your business is running. That's how it works. Neville Goddard says, feeling is the secret. What does this mean? This means that through feeling, right, you can have anything in this life. You can have anything in this world. And that is what I mean when I say that you want to access the imagination for the purpose of conscious manifestation. You want to manifest consciously within the imagination, within the imaginative state. And when we are imagining something, we're actually there, right? There's no difference between imagination and reality. The line is gone. There's no veil. There's no, separation between imagination and reality. That is how you know you are imagining correctly, or That is how you know you are manifesting. So when you can feel it, you can receive it. And again, imagination is the secret. Feeling within imagination is the secret. You want to feel, because people can think about their desires all day long, and everything is two things. Every subject is two subjects. So when you think about your desire, usually people resort to thinking about the lack of their desire. They think of, oh, I don't have it yet, though, you know? But that is why you want to imagine that you do have it, and you want to be in the feeling state of already having it. So you don't say, I will become rich. You say, I am rich. Remember that I am is the God state. So I am is God. The name of God is I am. So I am what? And it'll be done. And that is because belief creates reality. It creates it. So decide today where in your life you want to make changes. Decide what you want. Understand that you will be the one to bring your decision to pass, to manifest it, and the world is yours. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this podcast episode. I have more episodes down below. Tune into the Fame Frequency podcast on Apple and Spotify podcasts. Thank you for watching. Do like, share, and subscribe. I will definitely talk to you guys in another one quite soon. Peace.